Hey friends, it's Rochelle here with another mental health moment. Today I want us to consider how this pandemic has certainly disrupted our plans, right? All of us have had to change our plans due to this pandemic. And I want us to consider what it is to grieve some of those change of plans, those expectations we had that are not here. Some of us might consider grief and want to dismiss it quickly. It doesn't feel good. But I want to challenge us and invite us to grieve. Grieving these things that we've missed, such as spring break plans or vacations, not being able to say goodbye because of an abrupt end to the school year to our students, our teachers, our classmates, maybe missing out on some really big end of the year activities like graduation and prom, graduate school, showcases. These are things that we looked forward to and we had an anticipation for, and now they are not as we thought they would be. Maybe we're experiencing a job change or a job loss, and we surely weren't accounting for that as we looked into 2020. Birthday parties now need to be held in our homes without our extended family and friends. We can't just pick up and meet a friend for coffee, and these things are losses. I can't go to the grocery store as I once did without feeling a bit of anxiety creeping up as I handle sweet potatoes, and things are not as they were. And so let's consider grieving. Grieving tells us that something is really important in our lives. Grieving is a messenger that our hearts care deeply about something. And so to acknowledge grief, I think, is a really brave thing. It's acknowledging, it's giving space for God to meet us and bring healing. And then as a result of that experience, we get to walk away a more full individual. And grieving you can grieve big or small things. And I think grieving isn't to be compared with another. My grief will look differently than your grief. And the bottom line is that grief is grief. We all know it, and to some extent in this season. And so I want you to consider lighting a candle, as I've done. And as you look at this flame, just watch that flame sway and flicker. And then as you look at that, acknowledge those things that you're grieving today and give them to the Lord. Wait for Him to meet you here. And consider what Psalm 119:50 says. It says, "My comfort in my suffering is this: your promise preserves my life." That His promise of never leaving us or forsaking us will keep me, will seal me in. And then Paul names the Lord as the God of all comfort in 2 Corinthians. And he says that the God of all comfort will comfort us in our troubles. And so name those experiences, those losses that you're grieving today, and allow the Lord to just meet you in this place to bring some healing to that through His peaceful presence. And maybe it'll take a few minutes, maybe it'll take an hour, but just sit with that grief and then extinguish your flame and watch as that flame, the smoke just dissipates into the air. And then I want to invite you to shift your focus to gratitude. Friends, gratitude could be for big or little things as well. And for some of us, gratitude may come quickly, and others of us, it may take a bit of time before we acknowledge what it is that we can appreciate in today. But I want you to consider what gifts are in today. It's really easy to stay focused on those things that are irritating, that are challenging in this season, that have brought grief. It's easy to stay focused on those, but extending gratitude, choosing to appreciate, takes practice. It's a discipline. And so consider, what are 3 things that I could be grateful for today? What are some gifts? Today I woke up healthy and I could go outside and play with my kids. I could take a walk. Today I have eyes to see the beauty around me, the daffodils that a previous homeowner planted that now I benefit from. Today, I'm aware that the word is alive and can penetrate into my soul so that it can give me some peace and rest in my day today. Friends, when we do that, our brain, God miraculously made our brains with neuroplasticity, which means that our brains can regrow. And when we choose to appreciate daily, it is taking these experiences of hardship and it rewires our brain. It changes those neural pathways so that instead of that experience resulting in some big negative emotions, it can result that my brain goes down a pathway of gratitude instead. And so I want to invite you to join me in daily recording a lament/gratitude journal. And so consider at the end of each day, what has been hard in my day? What am I lamenting or grieving over? And then what are 3 gifts in today? What has God given me in today that I'm going to choose appreciation for? And will you join me in recording those each day and then sharing them with someone? And let's just watch and see how God comes close to the brokenhearted and how he changes our brains to experience some moments, big moments of joy as a result of us choosing to appreciate daily. Let's do it. Thanks.